Hello, students. So, in physical education, we are going to start our new topic, that is mechanism of blood circulation. So, at first, the question is how blood circulate in our body. So, the circulation of blood is depends upon the heart. So, at first, you need to know what is systemic circulation. So, the blood from the left ventricle through arteries, arterioles, and capillaries return to the right auricle by vein, and this is called systemic circulation. And what is pulmonary circulation? The course of blood from the right ventricle through the lungs to the left auricle is called pulmonary circulation. So, next, what is blood? So, blood is a medium for transportation of nutrients and oxygen to all parts of the body. So, this blood is composed of red blood cells, also called erythrocytes, white blood cells, also called leukocytes, and platelets, called thrombocytes. And the last one is plasma. So, red blood cells constitute about 45% of whole blood, and it is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. And it also carry oxygen from lungs to all the cells of our body. Next is white blood cells, also called leukocytes. So they are transparent and colorless. These cells are larger and fewer in comparison to red blood cells. So, what is their function? They destroy and remove old cells and cellular debris. And according to the structure, they are classified into following parts, that is, granulocytes and agranulocytes. So, in case of granulocytes, their protoplasm have the shape of a granule. That's why they call so. And agranulocytes are of two types, that is, lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes are formed in the bone marrow, and some of them are also formed in thymus gland, whereas monocytes are last cells and they are phagocytic in action. Next is platelets. So they are tiny cells and they help in blood clotting. And plasma is the blood's liquid medium. It is straw yellow color fluid and it transports nutrients, glucose, sodium chloride, fats, amino acids to the tissue. So the next topic is blood groups. So we all know that there are different types of blood. So the blood group of an individual depends on his inheritance. So according to ABO blood group system, there are four different types of blood groups. They are A, B, AB and O. So this difference in blood are due to the presence and absence of antigen and antibodies. So an individual belongs to blood group A has A antigen on the surface of his red blood cells and B antibodies in his blood plasma. Whereas the individual belongs to blood group B has B antigen on the surface and A antibody in his blood plasma. And an individual of blood group AB has both A and B antigen on the surface of his red blood cells, but no A and B antibodies in his blood plasma. And the blood group O individual has neither A nor B antigen on the surface on his red blood cells, but has both A and B antibodies in his blood plasma. Even you all know that we call the blood group in this manner, that B positive or B negative or AB positive, like this. So what is this positive negative? So they are called Rh factor. So most of the person have Rh factor on the surface of red blood cells. Means it is also an antigen. So if the person have this antigen, then we call them Rh positive. And if the person who do not have such antigen on the surface of their red blood cells, then they are called Rh negative. So based on this, there are 8 blood groups, that is A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive and O negative. Next is hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is the main protein in red blood cell, and its main function is to carry oxygen from the lungs to the tissue and return carbon dioxide from the tissue to the lungs. Next, what is systolic and diastolic pressure? Let's read the differences between systolic and diastolic pressure. So, systolic blood pressure means It measures the amount of pressure that blood exerts in the arteries and the vessels while the heart beats, whereas diastolic pressure is exerted in the arteries around the body in between heartbeats when the heart is relaxed. So, in systolic blood pressure, its normal range is 90 to 120 mm per Hg in case of adults, and in case of diastolic, it is 60 to 80 mm per Hg in case of adults. In case of systolic blood pressure, blood vessels are contracted, whereas in diastolic, the blood vessels are relaxed. The last one is benefits of the circulatory system. So there are various exercises that keeps our heart healthy. So when we perform exercises, our heart beats at a faster rate. In fact, the muscles of our heart are exercised and therefore the heart gets larger in size. Next is decreasing in resting heart rate or pulse rate. So regular exercise decrease the resting heart or pulse rate. It also reduces heart related problems and improves cardiovascular system as well. So the chapter is almost finished. So students will read this chapter thoroughly, and if any doubt, you can clear it on the next live class.